Hello, my name is Jessica Sullivan, and this is my Theory to Practice project. I want to start off by giving you a little bit of background about myself. My past experiences have really shaped who I am today. And through my elementary to high school education, I was lucky enough to grow up in a small school district that I attended from kindergarten through 12th grade. And the small school atmosphere really made me realize how important differentiation and one-on-one teacher-student interaction was. I also had a few very influential teachers, one of which was Miss Poppins. She's my first and second grade teacher, and in second grade, she's the one that really made me realize I wanted to be a teacher just like her. She truly cared about the students, she made learning fun, and you could really tell that she loved her job and loved what she did. My second influential teacher was in middle school math. It was seventh and eighth grade that I had Mr. Stuckert, and math was sometimes a struggle for me. I was pretty good at it, but I had a hard time understanding algebra because I really wanted to know why. How does it work? Why are we solving it this way? And he was the first one that actually answered those questions and made math fun and interesting to me. And so then in high school, I had Miss Crafton, who was also my math teacher all through high school. And her passion for teaching just made me smile ear to ear because on the first day of school, she actually wrote her home phone number on the board so that students could call her if they got stuck on a problem. And you could just tell that she really cared about her students. The classroom structures that really worked for me when I was growing up was desks in groups rather than rows. I wasn't too fond of, rows, lecture, worksheet, that kind of structure. So I liked more of the group work. I had two very memorable projects, and they're memorable because I still have these notebooks. The first was an identity notebook I completed in seventh grade, and the teacher had us tell our story through pictures and text. It was who we are, what we liked, our interests and activities, and it really related to our personal lives. In eighth grade, we did a poetry notebook, which I was excited for because I love poetry. And we created our own poems with our own ideas, as well as some with like specific topics. And then we typed the poems up, added some imagery, and compiled it into a notebook, which just turned out amazing, and it was a fun project. One of my favorite quotes about education is, "Tell me and I forget, show me and I remember, involve me and I understand." And this quote really epitomizes my philosophy of education because this is how I learn and how I believe students really thrive. The learning theories that resonate with me is that I believe we are all lifelong learners, and even as I am teaching, I will still continue to learn and reshape my ideas and beliefs. I'm a firm believer in Maslow's hierarchy of needs because I agree that children's needs need to be met in order for them to achieve a higher order. This is why I will strive to make a very safe and welcoming environment and help my students grow and figure out really who they are. I also agree with Vygotski's constructivist theory because I believe learning is always active and students should create their own perspectives through personal experiences. So this is why I will relate lessons to students' lives as much as I can. My philosophy of learning transferred into the classroom is that my number one priority is to create a safe and welcoming environment. I want a strong classroom community so that students feel safe and comfortable with their peers and with myself, so that they answer problems and ask questions, they make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. I also want to structure my classroom with the workshop model, the I do, we do, you do. And through my research, I have determined that I want to implement the workshop model because it is differentiated for student needs. It really creates active engagement of students, and it thrives on creativity. Plus, with time for individual conferencing, I can really work with students one-on-one to achieve goals. My overarching goal is to inspire students to want and enjoy learning. My classroom layout will look something like this. I want it to promote collaboration, and I want students to be able to move throughout the classroom. I want students in groups and have like a nice area in the classroom so that they can go to read comfortably or writing, or let the students really interact with the classroom. The English Language Arts Common Core standards are reading, writing, speaking and listening, and language. And some activities that I want to use in my classroom that align with these Common Core are daily journaling, group collaborative work, presentations, and really just creating projects and allowing students to choose their projects. You know, doing something like the identity or the poetry notebook that I did in the past. Overall, my lessons will focus on life skills, problem solving, analysis, and decision making. I also want to integrate subject areas within my classroom. I'm a big believer in collaboration with my fellow colleagues, so I can integrate those subjects by if my students are studying World War II and the Holocaust and social studies, in the English Language Arts class they can compose letters to Holocaust survivors, they can read the Diary of Anne Frank, or other books on the topic that I can put together with a text set. We can also read about arts and create masterpieces of art projects within an English Language Arts classroom. I want to leave you on this quote from John Dewey, that education is not preparation for life, but education is life itself. This is my theory to practice, and thank you for listening.